What is up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to the Morning Marketplace. We are joined, special guest today, second time around making this happen. We got a good picture from Davis. We got good audio from Davis. So very excited to have you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, you broke my internet last time. So last time I tried to get on the show, basically what happened is there was a giant AT&T service outage in my area, and I couldn't work at all that day. I ended up working on the Daily Roto NFL projections with my with the tether from my iPhone via 5G on my computer. So yeah, I was able to do it on my computer, but really shitty. So very excited. Yeah, very
it's
excited.
always funny to witness someone going through that on the other end. I feel like Overzet and I have done that a few times where I'm just seeing him like slowly slip into rage as he's like, wait, why is it frozen?
Yeah. It's the worst. Yeah. I mean, obviously I've seen Kitchen do it 100 times, but I never wanted to actually be that guy.
Yeah. Davis, before we got on, was just enraged already about going 0 for 4 yesterday in your drop experience. Dude, take us through it.
Well, actually 0 for 3. I was short of qualifying for the priority for the hollow icon.
Yeah.
My collector score without any of the multipliers or whatever is like 5,500. Okay. So with the multipliers, I mean, depending on which ones they do. The thing is I am a little bit of a rent seeker. Where when I get a legendary moment, generally I will sell it. The legendary bags I have left were, peak Top Shot Mania purchases, and I'm just keeping them forever.
Yeah, that's actually how I've approached it for the most part. Is if I hit a legendary, I'll flip it into some of like the other common stuff that I've been like eyeing for a long time. But I actually, in the Deck the Hoops drop, I went over. I missed everything, but I was in the priority queue and was 2 off. So I was like 272 for 270, and we happened to be streaming for it, and everybody's like, "Dude, you only need 2 people to screw up. This is an easy W." Like everyone's like, "Don't worry, you got this." And sure enough, line paused. But we hit yesterday for we got the RJ Barrett game winner.
So okay, Barrett. He's playing good right now. I feel like Knicks always get a little bit of a pump on TS too. Yeah, that's not a bad one.
NBL and Pack Rip Ewing combined are just keeping the Knicks bags afloat. And I'm a Celtics fan, and I hate them right now. So it's a game winner against the Celtics. I'll take it.
So it's just like no Celtics player. Well, I guess you're waiting for a Celtics Bull moment now, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We're waiting for Bull. I like that one team turned him down, like, hey, the physical's no good, and Boston's like, actually, Bull, your physical's great here, so come on over.
Well, they just needed a replacement for, Taco Fall, basically. Also, I'm looking at the marketplace right now. Yeah. I wonder if Bull has more moments on NBA Top Shot than like games started in his NBA career. Almost certainly he does. How does Bull have like 13 moments? Like what? How is this true?
I think Top Shot was testing out meme culture early on. They're like, same thing with Taco. I feel like Taco has 2 or 3 moments, right? I'm like, why do we have Taco on here?
I mean, that's like, I'm into Taco. Taco is a meme. I'm into Boban. Boban is a meme. Boban. But like Bull is a very insular NBA meme. You have to really be into the NBA to know about Bull.
You really do. Or do you have? And I don't know how familiar you are with Team Hold, but we've talked about Bull enough that I think you need to see the Bull drop because it's a little bit. It has a special place in our hearts. So
let's go.
Bull.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull.
No, yeah. Long legs.
Oh my God! I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bull. Like.
So that was Greg's fiance Aubrey's first experience meeting or seeing Bull, and then we went to Summer League and she saw him in real life and lost her shit.
That's so good. Yeah. That was my fiance's experience with Steven Adams.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
She loves Steven Adams. We went to a couple Thunder games. And and obviously he's not in the Thunder now, but now every time that's like the one hook I can get her to watch an NBA game. It's like, Steven Adams, he's playing. Yeah.
Dude, so like you got in pretty early, right? You were, or like in the initial pump when all the DFS bros got in?
I was probably not to toot my own horn.
Toot it.
I bet I was one of the first people to read Bale's article
Yeah.
and go in and start buying packs. Because back then you could just go in the marketplace and there were just packs available. Like you could just buy the base set, and I bought a ton of them. And then after like, I don't know, 2 hours of messing with it, I messaged Leone and Logan, who works for Lucky Trader now. And I was like, guys, we should like buy a sick moment. Like we should buy one of these legendary moments and kind of do what Bales is doing. And I mean, we did it, and
what was
wish I would have bought more.
What was the moment you guys grabbed? What was
It was the Tyler Hero Snarl from the
right.
finals. Yeah. And ended up listing it for a really high price. And so funny, someone bought it right at this insane price, and it's the highest sell on that moment by like $15,000 to this day.
That's how you win the pump right there.
I mean, without that, my Top Shot experience would have been a disaster because I just kept buying. Like even as I was catching the knife. Like I have been exit liquidity for people for sure on NBA Top Shot.
I think most of the people still watching this have been there because we like continued to make content through just like the dumpster fire that was last spring. And you could feel everybody with this. They were using this as therapy. It was like, how do we continue to move forward? But so you've still been active in it though. You've still been messing like outside of lining up for pack drops. Have you been like messing around with the marketplace a little bit and still active?
Dude, I buy moments all the time because these flash challenges are like what. When I was doing content for Top Shot, this is like what I was asking them to do. I was asking them to have. Have you ever played Ultimate Team, FIFA, Madden, whatever? Mm-hmm. Like, so basically I was like, no one even likes to play FIFA. No one actually likes to play the game. It's actually miserable. What people like is they like the card collecting and they like completing the challenges and figuring out the market. And just because there's no game associated with Top Shot doesn't mean that you can't basically have the same thing. So like offering the rewards. So what they've done this year with the silver metallic limited editions.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's literally perfect. I'm chasing all of these, and I'm not even selling the rewards. Like I'm just pumping money into the ecosystem. Like I haven't. The last time I withdrew money from Dapper was when I got the deck, the hoops.
Yeah.
Legendary. But other than that, I have not taken money out of the NBA Top Shot ecosystem in. I mean, never, basically the hero and the legendary. But other than that, I just pump it all back in.
Yeah, I have tried. I've tried to withdraw 3 times. And it's not that Dapper's not allowing me to. It's that in that 8-hour window before it processes, I'm like, I could probably go buy something instead and have canceled the pending withdrawal and gotten back into it. But yeah, dude, the Flash Challenge thing has been awesome. And I don't think I realized how successful it was going to be. I was like, oh, they should definitely do this. But it's really like taught people it just don't sell anything until it pumps because literally everything's gonna pump at one point. Like they're just like throwing darts. They're like, all right, Top Shot debuts this week. Now we're gonna do rares. Now we're gonna do like this hometown. Like they're literally propping up. And I don't mean propping like negatively. They're just like, hey, if you've been collecting this stuff, here you go. Here's a bone.
And it's not as if you're like forced to complete the challenges. It's like the market is deciding they want to do it.
Right.
It is. I will say it is. I mean, how annoying is it? You have 9 of 10, and the 10th one is Evan Mobley or Cade Cunningham. When Nickeil Alexander-Walker is in a challenge because he only has limited editions, like I believe he's in one right now.
Yeah, he's in one from last night.
I'm just gonna make a mental note when this challenge is over. Go buy a Nickeil Alexander-Walker, just one, because every time he's in a challenge, his shit goes nuts. I mean, it increases by like 20% when he's in a challenge.
In our Discord, we got our guy Rocket Silas Era who is consistently making lists of like, hey, here's dudes who have one moment. So like, sure, Derek White might not do much, but he's only got a 12K. So if it happens, it's gonna pump. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I think, has now been in 3 challenges, and Okay. the community is responding. Yeah, Nikhil Alexander Walker has a 60K now, bro.
He has he does. I was just looking at that. That was prior tilt, but
Yeah, but it happened twice.
I can still tilt right now because fucking Cade Cunningham is in this challenge for tonight. So it's like, what is Cade's moment right now? I'm gonna guess 850.
Yeah, definitely
700.
700. And it's going to be, I mean, the thing is, right, what is kind of cool when this happens, if you decide not to sell it and you're like, all right, I'll just complete the challenge because I got this one. Those moments that have the 4Ks in them, like the rookies.
Way more rare.
Yeah, right. So like that, for that Evan Mobley one to be going for like 250, 260 or whatever it is kind of nice. Like if you have those chances. That being said, I'd be selling the Cade if I had it. Like 700 sounds really nice and I'll buy it back for like 4 or whatever it is.
I do love Cade though. I would love to be long on his, like if he had like a legendary whatever. That's one of the guys who I would love to be have long-term exposure to.
I'm excited. They're doing the what's it called, the rookie, whatever the legendary rookie pack is going to be called. I'm blanking on the name, but they're going to do
rookie debut or whatever.
Yeah, I think they renamed it, but basically the same thing. So we'll get Cade, Mobley, Green, Barnes, like Wagner. We'll get a little bit of everybody, which will be fun.
So what does the market do with that though? Does the market value the triple badge more than the legendary status? I think that's very interesting.
Well, so like if we like let's pull up LaMelo.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like let's look at LaMelo because I'm very curious. Oh man, I am so close to getting out of the red on this Darius Garland moment. I'm looking at my profile right now. I'm at one point this moment that I bought for $2,500 had a low ask of $300. One of the most disastrous transactions.
You just got to take it as you believed in Garland before everybody else. That's how you look at it.
It's even worse. I followed advice from Soccer Dave, which is just
listen, if you have soccer in your name and you can't take basketball advice from him.
I guess not.
All right, here we go. So the LaMelo Hollow, which right out of 99 is 13.6, and then the Cool Cats, which you kind of throw the Cool Cats out because there's weird shit with it.
Yeah.
This one is the one that's interesting to me, right? So that fandom tier from this year, the metallic silver one, there's only 255 of it, so that's why it's going for 3,100. But it is kind of crazy that, because then you see his MGLE, which has 2 of the rookie badges on it, just under 2,000. And then this is like his 4K moment, right? So 789. Yeah. But like when the market's pumping, that usually goes to like 1,300 or something like that. So, also, yeah, sorry, Plunge Father. I know we mentioned the Cool Cats, so we'll never throw them out.
So that's interesting. So I guess you'd expect the rookie. I guess you'd expect the because it'll be from their rookie year. So I would guess the Cade and Mobley would go for like 3,000. Yeah,
for 3,000. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on serial number and stuff like that.
Actually, I should have filtered that one more time. Ready? We can throw the rookie badges in there so it's easier to look at. Yeah, I think that's right. But those I always thought those rookie debut moments were so sick. Those are, I think the PJ Washington one was the first one I bought when I got on here, and I was just like, I love to have. I like that they are like, this is like the premier rookie moment, even though it's not the debut.
Yeah.
So I'm down with that. And there's so many fun rookies this year that I feel like there's a lot fewer chances to get an L on it,
Well, and it's interesting that like some of the highly drafted guys are not playing that well yet. Like Suggs and Green are kind of whatever. And then you have like, Kuminga might be playing 10 minutes a night in the NBA finals. And then you have Josh Giddey is like playing on this awful team, but he and Shea might be like the best backcourt in the NBA in 5 years. Like there's like a lot of different ways that can go.
I was just talking about OKC the other day. I didn't realize they had the Clippers first round pick this year. And I mean, like, I don't know, Paul George it's probably not gonna be like a top 10 pick, but you're gonna have
it could be though. I mean, the Clippers could very easily miss the playoffs the way that it's setting up right now. Because if you look at the Western Conference, you are assuming that some of the teams that have been really bad, like the Lakers, are going to get to a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Blazers, I guess we'll see. I mean, the Clippers right now are on the outside looking in. They're in the play-in basically.
But I mean, man, the things that you guys could do with that, especially with like, I don't know. I was cooking up bring Sabonis back. And then you get Sabonis, SGA, and Giddey, like move a couple picks for that because clearly he's moving. I feel like, man, because they like in Dort too. I really like a lot of those pieces.
They don't need anyone over the age of 25 right now. Is the thing.
That's a good point.
No one. I mean, right now, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander at let's see, I can't find his age. He's going to be 24. Shea is almost a little too old for what they're building right now. Like they have so many picks. Giddey is young.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it might even be a slight upset if Shea and Dort are on the next really good Thunder team. Ooh. I hope they are. Yeah. I hope they are because they're great. And I mean, but we'll just see. I mean, this is Mike. This is the same problem the Celtics had, which is they have all these assets and you have to convert them in a timely fashion.
At some point you have to make a move. I've been so pissed at the Celtics to the point where I refuse to watch now. But they what the Raptors did last year is exactly what the Celtics should have done. When you are getting to that 9-10 spot, you have no ceiling, right? Like what's your goal there to make sure you lose to the Nets in the first round? Just go punt the season and get a top 10 pick, and it's an instant rebuild. And they're going to be in the same situation this year too. They're going to fight their ass off to go 500 and get bounced in the first round.
Why are they so bad now though? This is the question. It's not. I mean, I guess it's just because neither Brown nor Tatum is really a point guard, and that really is basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I think I'm out on Marcus Smart. I think Marcus Smart could be a really good guy.
Smart is like Dort for Oklahoma City, but he wants the ball too much.
He's like Dort with too much self-confidence. That's so that bums me out. And then Schroeder, who Schroeder has moments, but Schroeder's trying to get paid right now, so he gets the ball and he's like, ISO, clear out.
No, Dennis Schroeder is not a guy you want on your team if you're very serious about winning.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I don't know. I'm super bummed about them, and I hate the take of that they can't play together. I just think that's boring. I think they're both young and good, and
Tatum and Brown, if either of them came on the market, would fetch trade packages you would not believe. I mean, they're Tatum is a top 5 asset in the NBA considering his age, and Jalen is top 15 probably.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. So that. I don't know. It bums me out. Have you? So I wanted to ask too, because I know you are constantly making NFL content, and that's slowly wind down. When the NFL's pumping, are you also in the NBA streets while that's are you messing around with DFS as well, or do you kind of pump the brakes a little bit until the season wraps?
So I play NBA DFS at the beginning to fulfill my missions on DraftKings, right? Because you get the Iron Man if you play it all season. I definitely am not watching a ton. Honestly, mostly I'm plugged into the NBA via Top Shot. Mostly I'm oh, this guy's pumping. He must be playing really well. Or seeing play cool plays and stuff via the pack releases. I probably and I get the Thunder alerts to my phone and everything.
Right.
But I'm not and I bet a lot of people are this way where their number one exposure to the NBA is listening to Zach Lowe's podcast. I listen to every episode of Zach's podcast, and I bet I am not alone in that being my primary interaction with the NBA.
I think a lot of people are like that for sure. Davis, my introduction to you, this was probably
this will be good.
It was 6 or 7 years ago, maybe. I can't remember. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. Probably 4 years ago. And I was at the gym. And I was listening to an RG show while I was working out, getting ready for the basketball slate. And I used to play way more NBA DFS than I do now. And you had this incredible take that almost got laughed off the stream, where it was something about, it was such a garbage game. It was the Pacers and the Bulls maybe. And it was this really slow paced, gross game. And you're I don't know. I think I could see this going off. And everyone's okay, dude, don't nobody play that. It went into 3 overtimes. And I trailed it. And it was, I hadn't heard of you before. I was not really in the DFS Twitter streets or anything. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm tailing this guy forever now. He called a Pacers Bulls overtime game. I'm like, let's go.
There must have been someone I was like biased to on one of those teams. That's the only, like, there must have been like some player I really liked. Like maybe I was really into
Depot is still there. Maybe it was Depot.
I mean, that might have been it. It must have just been because that is the only, or I must have just like read some analytics tweet about how like low total games are more likely to go into overtime or something. Like I would not have had that idea all on my own, I don't think.
I just remember being like, oh, I'm absolutely not following this advice. And then I was like building. I'm like, all right, we'll just see. We'll see what happens.
See. Yeah, there we go.
Here, what? Sorry, I saw what's his name. He beat threw a question in there, and I haven't been good with the chat, so I apologize. We have a guest here, so everybody relax. And there we go. Plunge Father saying he's also doing that, and then going with Russillo and Simmons as well.
Oh, I can't. I love Bill Simmons. I do. I've listened to his. I can't do it anymore, man. The boomer. The degree to which he is divorced from reality has just gotten out of control. And Russillo is a jackass. Like,
Russillo, I have had such a love-hate relationship with him because I'm from Massachusetts and like he's got that like a fuck you kind of attitude, and I like really liked it for a while, and now it's kind of grating.
He's got the best radio voice ever, but Russillo has just really lost me like the last year and a half because I'm out. And the Simmons, I mean, I literally probably listened to him and read more of his books than anyone else in sports, but like the degree to which he has become like your boomer grandpa watching football games is like, it's like gotten bad.
It has. It's like, I'll still tune in occasionally, but it is getting to the boomer part. The thing with Russillo too, who again, I go back and forth. Once he started, I don't know. I remember when I first got into comedy, all I would do was tell people that I first got into comedy. Like, sure. Yeah, man, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm a comedian now. And so he's doing the same thing right now where he's talking about how he's a writer and he's like, I had a couple meetings and was like pitching some stuff. I'm like, okay, all right, I got it, man. You do not have to jam this down our throat. But yeah, that's it. The no dunks guys too. I feel like I tune into.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously those guys are the best. I've subscribed to that podcast for so long. It used to be called the Basketball Jones, and it was on Grantland. People don't even know that that's how humble the beginnings for that show was. But I mean, they're all superstars.
Yeah, they are. They're great. So like, what are in the NBA right now? Is there anybody, or in like the Top Shot streets, is there anybody you're like tracking? Is there anybody that you're like, oh, I don't think people are paying enough attention to him? Not necessarily buying it, but just kind of paying attention to.
I mean, the Garland was one of them. Yeah. Shea, obviously. Like I have a bunch of Shea rare, like Shea MGLE, Shea So Fresh, I think. Like, yeah. I literally think when the Thunder are good, whenever that may be, 2 or 3 years, like he's gonna win an MVP. He is so ridiculous, dude. He is. People don't really get how good he is. I mean, they beat the Nets. Yeah. Right? They beat the Nets the other day, and Shea had a triple double, and I think 33 points. I mean, he is unbelievable. That guy is so slippery. He's so good.
Yeah, he really, and I feel like he had a slowish start to the season where he wasn't putting up like monster numbers.
No,
and I think everybody kind of like not necessarily wrote him off, but we're just like, oh, he's on the Thunder, so we'll catch up in a couple years when he gets there. But he really has been putting up like monster numbers.
Well, and he also has the Ja Morant thing where he will have games where he literally cannot shoot. Like he will go like 2 for 19 from the floor. Yeah. Like right now, his 3-point percentage is 28%, very similar to Ja Morant last year. Like sometimes he just cannot buy a bucket, which I mean still comes playing from a bad team.
The logo in like a tight game in LA, so I love it. Yeah, and man, SJ is so good. I'm excited to see what that Thunder team. I really do. I think that Thunder team's fun. I think Giddey's got some real upside there. And
it's way more fun to be a fan of a bad team with promise than it is to be a fan of a team that's on the other side where the expectations are high and maybe they've already made a conference final. That's crushing. I mean, it is more fun to be a fan of this Thunder team than it was to be a fan of the Westbrook Durant team, where it was just like, The regular season felt like it didn't matter. In every
Right.
playoff game, it was just like, well, if they don't win by 15, like they're losers.
Right. And that's even like for like as a Celtics fan, they won by 50 last night against the Kings. Like they beat the Kings like 125-70 something. And which also a crazy stat last night. Only one Kings player hit double digits, and it was 11 points. Buddy Hield got 11 points.
That's
But
so bad.
Like, even though they won by 50, I'm still kind of like, dude, congrats. You guys beat the fucking Kings. Like, way to go, guys. Like, there's no way that they can get. And even if they won like a competitive, like they beat the Sixers, it's a really good. I'd still be like, yeah, who cares? None of this is going to matter. You're going to get bounced in the first round. So I agree. I'd rather root for the high upside, low expectation team.
Do you know what's really interesting to me from a Top Shot perspective?
Yeah.
Is I wonder if the best guy to buy right now is Ben Simmons. Like I wonder if some of Ben Simmons's high upside, like Ben Simmons's Top Shot debut from Series 1. There are 1,359 of these. And it costs $238.
It's $200. All right, let's look at common Top Shot debut.
Dude.
Yeah, he's just so unlikable right now. But you're right. I mean,
he's so unlikable. I mean, literally, he is choosing not to play with his team because he doesn't want to learn to shoot. Like that. Like really, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is that Ben Simmons feels that he is getting bullied into shooting. Like they talked about this on the Low Post podcast like 2 weeks ago. Spike Exkin and the other guy's name, who I forget. They were like basically like really what it comes down to is Ben Simmons feels pressured by the organization to be a player he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. But look at this too, though. And again, I'm not telling anybody to go buy anything, but look how quickly that jumps to 300.
And he's good. I mean, Ben Simmons is a good basketball player.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I wonder if people too are just waiting for the dust to settle. They're like, okay, we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets traded to any team that people like or that is interesting on what's the deadline, February 15th, if he gets traded on that day, I mean, immediately he's going to be one of the most bought players on the market.
Yeah, I think, if he goes, the only like location, if he does go to Sacramento, it's like, who cares? I can't say no one's going to care. But now with like the weird Harden stuff too, which like, Harden, the only person to come out and say he doesn't like living in Brooklyn, and like for that to be the reason he might leave the Nets is so funny to me. Like that he was like, Brooklyn's it's not for me. That's why I got to get out of here. I just, and the timing of all that information that's coming out too is kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, so in that theoretical Harden for Simmons, and they make the money work or whatever. Yeah. Where does Simmons' Top Shot debut go to? Like,
I mean, it definitely, because then people will be like, "Well, he's going to get a championship badge, right?" So
1,000,
right? Yeah. But I don't know if it goes to 1,000, right? Let's look at but I bet it's like over 600 or 700, maybe. Let's look at if we just look at like the common Top Shot debuts from like in order of price and kind of see what other.
Well, and remember, it's a Series 1 too,
right?
Which is there's like a little bit of an NFT premium on that.
Right. So, I mean, like he's not going to be more than obviously like LeBron, Ja, Steph, Giannis, Luka, Zion, because it's a rookie. People get hard.
Do they oh man, that Zion moment, I am down bad. I co-own one of those with Pete and Karain, and we are down bad on Zion.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to like miss that one and not get slammed on it, thankfully. But yeah, I'm like, so does he pass Harden? I don't know if he passes Harden. But
no, I bet he is right where that Kyrie. I bet it's very similar to that Kyrie.
This Kyrie, Devin. Also, I feel like this Devin Booker needs to be more expensive, but he's been fucking awesome this year.
Do they retroactively add championship badges to the Series 1 or no?
No, so it would just be for this season. Yeah, the season that they won it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brian said, "Y'all really making me trying to go buy the Simmons."
I mean, I'm not buying it. So if you want clear transparency, I am not buying that Simmons moment, but it is really interesting to me.
It is.
I would rather nickel and dime $18 at a time on Bismack Biyombo's to complete challenges
and hoping he hits another flash challenge. I like this one too, but I have adopted the Nuggets as my new favorite team while the Celtics go in the dumpster. So I love Jamal Murray, and I was kind of spouting off a little bit, but I feel like they still have a real shot at making noise in the West if they come back. I mean, like that's a huge if Murray and what's his name, Mr. Vaccine, Michael Porter Jr. come back. I think they can make
Michael Porter Jr. might be like it might just not be happening for him in the NBA, which is a real bummer because they paid him all that money.
Yeah,
but multiple back injuries for what is he, 6'8"? It's not good.
Not great. They will say but they like he was shooting around the other day at halftime. It seems like I don't know. When he went under again for the back surgery, I was like, oh, we're not going to see him again. And the fact that he's like sitting on the bench and getting shots up, I'm hopeful they come back. I just like that team so much.
If he was a football player, we would be like, oh, he's never playing again.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I think about injuries, where it's like, if this guy played another sport, what would be his and because basketball is like lower contact, obviously. But if Michael Porter Jr. was like a safety, we'd be like, well, you had a good run. Bud.
He's gone. Yeah, let's get him home and let him be safe. Oh, Rocket Sauce is saying, wait till you see who's below Booker. All right, let me go back to this. Is there someone that sticks out? Oh, hold on.
This is so annoying. I hate this.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There we go.
Oh, wow.
MVP. Nikola
it's just because there's more of them.
Yeah, that's true too, right? So, well, not that many though, like 1,430.
So there's 430 more?
Yeah. Okay, that's a considerable number when it's out of 1,000. The Vince Carter too. I know there's more of this, but man, I have lost multiple times on this Vince Carter.
That's such a meme. The Vince Carter one is such a meme.
I know. And it's funny. I was deciding what to do. I was like, oh, do I go get the Vince? And the person who I took advice from probably couldn't tell you the teams Vince Carter played for. And Overzet was like, that is just one of the moments you need to have on this site. Me listening to Overzet on basketball.
It's just one of the moments. Pete gets memes though. Pete understands the meme culture.
That's true. He does. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like most of these make sense. I feel like Jokic should probably be more expensive, but I don't think people care so much about bigs.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah. Hold on. I thought I saw something else in the comments that I was gonna share. Who was the dude from the Celtics with the back problems? I don't know, Eric. Was there a Oh God, no, yeah. I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. and Jared Sullinger are fair.
That's so funny. I imagine if Jared Sullinger had a moment. You know what? Jared Sullinger should have been one of the guys they brought back during the COVID 10-day contracts. Yeah. Sullinger getting 5 minutes for the cell. He probably weighs 350 pounds now. That would have been all time. I would have been so on board for that.
Jared Sullinger is now Jared Sullinger at his peak is Grant Williams. That's who it is, right? It's someone who can't leave the floor.
Yeah,
like he can't jump, but somehow is going to get like 10 or 11 rebounds a couple times. Sullinger went to another team too. Didn't he get traded? Did he play for like the Raptors or something?
I want to say Pacers. Let's find this out.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, here we go. Look at this. He plays in China right now, and he's only Jared Sullinger's only 29.
You were right. Raptors.
It was at the Raptors.
Yeah.
Jared Sullinger, God, another classic Celtics pick.
How did Michael Beasley not get back in the NBA during the COVID time? How is he not attending? He's only 32. I looked it up. He's only 32.
He's only 32, and you want to know how? We actually we have another show called the 89 Cavs with a couple of comedians where we just talk about basketball and not Top Shot, and we were saying if Michael Beasley had the same Twitter energy as Isaiah Thomas, he would have gotten a 10-day. Because Isaiah Thomas is out there showing videos of him at the YMCA cooking guys, and he gets a 10-day. Like no one is thirstier than Isaiah Thomas, and I'm glad he got a shot. Also, yeah, this is another one. Where's OJ Mayo, Tyreek Evans? I would have taken 10 days.
Tyreek Evans. If Tyreek Evans had a Top Shot, when Tyreek Evans gets a historical Top Shot moment, I will spend American dollars on that. I love Tyreek Evans.
I don't know if Tyreek ever played in a Christmas Day game, but how funny would that have been if Austin
I guarantee he never played in a Christmas. Maybe
the Pacers.
I would say maybe his final year for the Pacers. Here. I can look.
Also, man, this is fun now. Yeah, Derek Williams. Give me a Derek Williams moment.
Oh, love Derek Williams. Thomas Robinson.
Yes.
How is Thomas Robinson not at a COVID 10 day?
I'm now just thinking of like 3K guys I've played on DraftKings. Anytime somebody was out, Thomas Robinson locked and loaded. Roy Hibbert's on the site, Eric. You can get a Roy Hibbert, run it back.
Yep.
And there we go. Gerald Green's trying to make it. Isn't Gerald Green down a finger too? Am I making that up? Is he?
Gerald Green was in the NBA recently enough that he played on
all the Rockets teams, right?
He was on those Rockets teams that kept choking in the playoffs. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and he always comes back. He doesn't play a full season though. But right around March, they're like, hey, he is missing half a finger. All right, there we go. There we go. That's how good he is.
As long as it's not on his shooting hand, he can probably still play.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Sheldon Williams. Now we're just listing former Celtics.
Yeah, guys I remember. This is a category of guys I remember.
We put Turkoglu and Cantor in the same room. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Enes Kanter's name changed on the site?
Oh, let's check that out. That's fun.
I bet it's not.
No,
it's not. You know what's funny? I had one of these. I had the Enes Kanter with the strip. That was the strip. That was one of my original purchases.
I got to tell you, I made a lot of bad Series 1 rare purchases right when I got on.
I mistakenly thought the series would be more desirable, but it's not. The commons were way more desirable.
Yeah, I remember I bought a Marcus Smart with the strip because I was like, "What's more Marcus Smart?"
I had that one. I had that one. I also had the Marcus Smart Eastern Conference Finals that got burnt.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I had the Jaylen Brown one and the Bam one, and sold those two before they all got burnt. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Bogdan Bogdanovic, who shout out LG Doucette. That was part of the reason I bought, because he was going to be the poster boy for Europe.
I have that one.
Yeah. I got the MGLE and sold that one as well.
Yeah, everyone did the same shit. Yeah.
Are you still taking in Top Shot content? Are you tuning into Club Top Shot? Is there anybody you go to?
No, honestly, no.
Yeah.
I mean, because it'll make me want to spend money, and that's because I naturally like collecting stuff anyways. Like, I like all this stuff. So if I'm listening to people be really bullish about Top Shot, I'm gonna be like, yep, fuck it, I'll go buy a couple Ben Simmons Top Shot debuts. I'm like, that. It's not. I shouldn't be doing.
So
that.
You are gonna buy something after we're done here?
Probably. I'm all looking at it. I've had little stuff up here. Should I just add another Shea to the collection? It's not. I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, that's true. Plunge said Club Top Shot equaling Top Shot content is funny. That is true.
That's fair. Yeah.
So do you collect physical stuff too? I know somebody had asked that in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I do. And I would love if anyone wants to make me an offer on here. First thing I pull out.
Yeah, there we go.
A Lou Dort PSA 10 rookie card. I mean, so right about the time Top Shot happened, I was like, oh, collecting is amazing. I mean, I got loads of this shit. If anyone wants to buy it, I will not even look in this box. And I will just send it to you for $2,000. I mean, there's more than $2,000 worth of crap in here.
Are you just trying to clean up a little bit?
I don't want it. I do not have the wherewithal to get on eBay to list things. That is the number one thing that appeals to me about Top Shot, is that that's all basically taken care of for you. But I don't want. I have shit tons. I opened packs. I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
I even sent a box off to PSA just to do it.
Yeah.
Just to be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna do this and see what it's like. And buddy, it's still not back. I sent this off. I mean, it's got to have been a year ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if we're around Top Shot time, I guess we're 10, 11, 12 months, something like that. But it's still not back to me yet.
That's nuts. Yeah, I can't do it. It's way too much work. It's way too much work. Also, not in the AM, bro. Thank you for thinking that that's the background I have. Thank you for thinking that we're coming from trust fund experience.
Yeah, I literally I have like no money. I come from no money.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
No, I know. This is good. I like that someone woke up this morning and was like, this is like, if this was a night show, sure, I get it. Like maybe you had a couple, you're feeling yourselves. You got up and brought that energy in the morning.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. More so some Tayshaun Prince. I gotta tell.
I'm pretty sure he's got one.
Yeah, is he in? No,
I feel like he was in the archive set.
Was he? Or is it Torian Prince? Is he in the archive set?
Oh no, he's not. I'm wrong.
God, I hated Tayshaun Prince so much. But again, I was a Celtics fan, so that was why. And he was on the Pistons. That was why. So what else you got coming up for content stuff? I feel like we should give you an opportunity to plug some shit, right? So we get the Take Cast, we've got the Swole Cast, any other casts that we're throwing out there?
Yeah, we got the Sports Grid Fantasy Football Podcast. It's about to be the time of the year when I start to dismantle all my dynasty teams and figure out what I'm doing there. Because you always overcommit.
Yeah.
Or at least I always overcommit in the well, especially because there's this big thing of like 2 summers ago, the pandemic, everyone's like, oh yeah, we're going to do all these dynasty leagues. And now you have to deal with the consequences of chasing that serotonin.
Yeah, this was the first year that I basically stepped away from anything that was not, I'm in one dynasty league with Overzet, but for the most part, I've like stepped away. I'm like, I'm not doing any redrafts. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything.
It's very smart of you.
It's the best I've ever felt. And so now I just lose money once a week instead of also having to maintain lineups as I go on.
You're honestly a genius. Yeah. I'm probably in like 15 dynasty leagues.
See, I would lose my mind if I was trying. I just wouldn't be able to keep track of. But you're also.
I don't keep track. That's the issue. Is that I'm just paying. Like people are like, "Hey, dude, you owe money," and I send them the money, and then I just forget.
Josh is saying, what's the guest name? This is Davis Maddock. Go follow Davis on Twitter. You'll see a beautiful blue check next to it. You can go for
a beautiful blue check and a hexagon PFP.
There you go. Glad, dude. Did you do that immediately or did you like
immediately?
Think about it?
No, immediately, dude. No one loves Twitter clout more than me. I mean, immediately.
And then like Pete immediately with a perfect tweet for that. Not for you, but I forget what he said. Oh my god, it was just.
I mean, he probably he just roasted everyone involved because that's what he does,
like,
and he got the
sick hex bro. I think is what it was, but it's just
he's such an asshole.
It was just too good. It was too good. Are you guys? Oh, go ahead.
Do you know that you and I are getting married on the same day?
Oh my god, yeah, I did know that actually. I did.
How crazy of a small world is that?
That is crazy. I totally forgot about that because I remember.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, because I asked Overzet to be in the wedding, and he was like, "You got to be fucking kidding!" Not that I asked him, but that he was like, "It's the same day as Davis."
And that's so funny.
So sorry if I jacked him, or maybe he bails on me. So who knows?
Well, it's not gonna be fun for. It's gonna be less fun for the other fantasy nerds I invite because now that means Overzet's not gonna be there.
That's crazy. So where are you getting married?
St. Louis, Missouri. Just, not right down the road from where I live, but in the city here.
Yeah,
honestly,
this is, this is probably not the forum to talk about this, but I'm very excited to be done wedding planning.
Yeah, it's not really that fun to plan a wedding.
Yeah, and I don't mean this is like normal dude.
I don't mean this as like a gender thing at all. I'm actually like more of the person who's doing it and like contacting people. Like I'm not like the guy who's like, weddings stupid.
Yeah,
it's just that it's a lot and it's expensive and it's just not that fun.
There's so many people that I don't talk to that I am now like, hey, please come. Like
hey, my cousin, what's your address, bro? And do you have your brother's address?
Yeah. And I will say though, I'm 37. I think if I had gotten married 10 years ago, I would have invited more of my cousins. But at 37, I was like, if I haven't talked to you in my 30s, you didn't make the cut. Like, I feel like
That's fair.
it's been like, if you don't know where I live, just like city, if you can't name the city, you're out. You're out.
I think that's fair. So yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing, and you don't get it until you do it.
Yeah.
Like people think we're like complaining for nothing. Like just eventually
Hey.
you will see what we mean.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's great, and it's just weird stress, and
Yeah.
and then I'll buy a $999 holo pack yesterday, and I'm like, wow, that feels wildly irresponsible. That feels wildly irresponsible.
Yeah, but you're
And
getting that money back.
I know, because we're rent seeking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love
Um,
to rent seek, always have.
I know. I've like to go back to that though. I think I like that strategy. Like if you don't hit a legendary that you like here, if we look at what the holo prices were, especially if you're going into also, my God, CJ McCollum looking at, I spent $475 on that Top Shot debut. That is now $59 because it had happened. This is how stupid we were too. This is how stupid we were. The announcement comes, CJ tweets something out. That's like, hey, wow, what's this NBA Top Shot? The market closed. The marketplace closed because we were still like early. And then I opened it up and I was like, oh, it's at $450. That's going to go up to like 2K. And I bought the tippity top. That might actually be the highest sale is mine.
I hope so. I hope you did buy the absolute tippity top. That would be really funny to me.
Wait, we can look that up. That's hold on. Let's see it.
Also, I have a hard out in 8 minutes.
All right, yeah.
Because I got to go do another show.
We'll get out of here.
It's the life I live.
All right, where's the top sale here? Okay, so no, because people are buying jersey numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, mine was.
Okay? But view top sales history and look at like random serials. You got to be close.
Yeah, we have to be.
Nope.
No, all right.
Nope.
No, there we go. Look, all right. People way dumber than me. Way dumber.
Oh, dude, how funny is that? I mean, seriously, how funny is that?
It's just it was a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah, people don't understand. It really was. The exuberance, like the market cap of like random Enes Kanter moments was like $500,000.
It's just so bad. It was so bad. And like, I'm glad that the market's rebounded in a way that people aren't losing their mind anymore. Because it was scary for a little bit when, like, as the playoffs were approaching, and people were like, "Wait, I'm just down 3,000% on this."
Yep.
All right, so like the Luka's still up there at 79, but like, right, if you pull Garland, I still love.
If I would have got legendary $999, I would have got that Shea yesterday, and I saw the average sell price at barely 2x. I would have just kept it.
Yeah.
I would have just been like, I'm not selling that. But if I would have gotten like one of these shitty Pelicans moments, I would have been like, I'll sell that at a loss. Like, I literally do not care about Devontae Graham.
Yeah, I will say though, this has I don't know if you've watched this yet, but this is
it's really cool. Yeah, it's got the 3-pointer. Yeah,
they kept the whole thing. But I'm with you. Like, if it's not like I landed the RJ Barrett, which I think I'm going to hold for at least a little bit before I decide what to do with it. But
because they do associated challenges, right?
Right, and that Ja Morant block is going to be one of the challenge rewards.
Oh,
I know.
Oh my God,
I know.
That is what Top Shot is all about. Like, that moment is so sick
when he just absolutely takes off. So if I had landed, like, I'm not a huge Bradley Beal guy or Christian Wood for that matter. So like, if I hit one of those and you can flip that into, I mean, like, we were looking at all those Series 1 Top Shot debuts. You can flip that into something.
I would basically rather own most Series 1 things than a lot of these rare or legendary Series 3 things, because I agree with most people that like the historical Top Shot NFT stuff is going to be what appreciates the most over time.
Yeah, I think so too. And we'll close on that. Yeah, Plunge says the challenge utility premium should already be pretty baked in. Yeah, I think so. I think
you would be surprised. I think you would be like, what was the Deck the Hoops, the people who were in the LeBron side of it. Remember, those people went up like $1,000 each.
Yeah, and it depends. I think if the Luka ends up being in there, the Luka is in the jaw challenge, I think it's going to be tough just because the entry point to that is 8,000.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's not, I do think all of those go up a little bit.
If it's not it depends on how it bottlenecks for sure.
Well, so let's Top Chef, if you're listening, let's put RJ Barrett as that bottleneck. So your boy is solid. Davis, thanks so much for coming on, man. I said this to you beforehand. The voice was rough this morning, and to have somebody else help carry this today was truly appreciated. So thanks for jumping in, man.
Hey, happy to be here. Love Top Shot, always have. Love Team Hold, always have. Make sure you got a Lou Dort moment in your cadre. That is what I will. There's got to be a $3 Lou Dort you can buy. Everyone. Have at least one Dort at all times.
And you know what? I'll give everybody like a 3 or 5 second warning to just like turn the music down a little bit, and we'll end the show with our Dort drop, because that's what we do here. We got Dort. All right. Thanks again, man. Later.